Jimmy Garoppolo's in a really good mood today. Jimmy was smiling. He's answering questions. I asked him, everyone was asking about Trey Lance. And he was very big-hearted. He had a lot of great things to say. He's very big of him. You know why? Because he played better than Trey Lance today. Trey Lance made Jimmy Garoppolo look good. Nothing against Trey Lance. He's 21. Jimmy's supposed to be better than Trey Lance. But I'm sure Jimmy's sitting on the field being like, oh, you're missing these throws high? I won't. I can make that throw. Like all the running around and ad-libbing stuff, you're just not going to be able to show that in practice. The stuff that we're doing here, geez, I'm going to look better than you. Like two things, the accuracy, although 10 of 15, 11 of 15, it's just that when Lance missed, it was like big misses, okay? So that. But the other thing is decisiveness. With Jimmy, we always say he's a bad decision maker, doesn't know where to go with the ball, indecisive, holds it too long. Not compared to Trey Lance right now. Compared to Trey Lance right now, Jimmy Garoppolo is Drew Brees. In these practices, he's the most decisive I've ever seen him. Now he's going against his defense, but gets the balls out. Gets the balls out. Trey Lance gets the ball. Ooh, I don't know if you're open. I'm going to go over here. I should have pulled the trigger. Maybe didn't pull the trigger. I'm checking down. Trey Lance holds the ball a very long time. He's extremely indecisive now. That's not a bad thing. He's been exposed to this playbook for like a month. So these are the reasons people were like, well, I'm not sure Trey Lance is ready to take this job or even compete. He's not ready to compete. In fact, it's not a competition right now. Jimmy got all the first team reps and committed no turnovers, no turnover-worthy plays. Lance got all the second team reps, had 2 turnover-worthy passes, 1 got picked, 1 got dropped by a DB. So Jimmy isn't like gonna wow anyone, but he's gonna, if he plays like this, then I'm not sure that Trey Lance is gonna take this job from him by week 1. It might have to be like an injury thing. I don't know that Trey Lance is gonna outplay Jimmy in practices. Remember, I went through this with Alex Smith and Colin Kaepernick. Kaepernick never outplayed Alex Smith in practices. It just wasn't the setting for Colin Kaepernick to show his superiority where he had it, which was athleticism. That's the kind of stuff that comes out in real games. And that's what's going to come out for Trey Lance. So anyway, Jimmy Garoppolo, real good day for him. He's happy, smiling. I asked him about, everyone was asking him about Trey Lance, and he could say nice things. I asked him about his injuries. Because, like, you know what? I don't want to set you up to look good. I don't want to give you opportunities to, be PR for yourself. How is your ankle and how is your knee? And he's like, oh, geez. Like, sorry, Jimmy. He said the ankle's fine, doesn't think about it anymore. The knee, though. I was like, what's up with that knee brace? You didn't wear it today. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go back and forth with that. That knee is always going to be an issue with him. And I think when you get in a real game with Jimmy and a D lineman touches that knee, gets close to that knee, he becomes a different player. So is he going to outplay Trey Lance in these practices and OTAs? Yeah. Is he going to outplay Trey Lance in training camp? I don't know. But in OTAs, probably. In games, well, we'll see. Because we know Jimmy. In games, there's good Jimmy and there's bad Jimmy. And the more people touch that knee, the more it's bad Jimmy. So don't get too excited that Jimmy outplayed that round 1 of the quarterback competition, which isn't even a competition yet, because Trey Lance doesn't get any reps with the starters, went to Jimmy. Don't get mad. Mateo says, Grant, do you think Lance holding the ball high has an effect on why he misses high since his release point is higher? I feel maybe. I don't know. We're going to have to see him in action, film it, and slow it down. And they're really keeping the quarterbacks far away from us. I don't think they want Trey Lance to be analyzed right now. So we'll have to see about that. We'll have to see what Steve Young has to say. We're going to get all the greats. Jeff Garcia is going to have a comment, and Steve Young, Joe Montana. That's the best thing that's what's so hard about being a quarterback for the 49ers. Trey Lance, you just got drafted by the Niners. Very exciting, all right? Now you're 21, and you're struggling at first. Now, Joe Montana has an opinion. Steve Young has a comment. Jeff Garcia has a comment. Jerry Rice has a comment. Ooh, ask Alex Smith about that kind of pressure. How did Jimmy seem interacting with Kyle and the coaching staff? I didn't see him interacting with Kyle and the coaching staff much. I saw him doing his thing. Hard to say. I'll watch a little closer with that, but that's fair to wonder. How is he taking this? I mean, they're pushing him out the door. Look at how salty Aaron Rodgers is in Green Bay, right? Like he'll never going to forgive him because they wanted to move on from him in his late 30s the way they did with Brett Favre. Off topic, but I need a Jimmy G impression. I'm not going to do that today, man. I'm not. Because honestly, you know who looked like this? Okay, I'll do it, but it wasn't Jimmy G. This one? Honestly, that was Trey Lance today, man. Trey, you got to, hey, pull the trigger, baby. That's you today, man. He's making Jimmy look good, man. That was not, Jimmy did none of that today. Balls out. Hit his back foot, balls out. Made a decision. Trey out here looking like, ooh, maybe. He's like that meme of the lady tasting the drink, deciding whether she likes it or not. That's Trey right now. But I guess that's a fair, why should we expect anything more, right? He's a kid learning a new thing. That's Trey right now, but it won't be forever. I'm just saying. Hey, because Jimmy's a good sport, man. I make fun of Jimmy so much. I ridicule him because he's the quarterback of the team I cover, and he's kind of an easy target sometimes. If I were him, I would hate me. And I would have every reason to. Like, hey, don't talk to me. We're not cool. And I asked Jimmy today the questions about his injuries, and he's so nice and above it all. He's like, hey, and he's so, I mean, how can you not like Jimmy Garoppolo? Like, he's the kind of guy where he knows what I say. You could walk up to him in the locker room and he'd be like, what's up, Grant? How you doing? He's just above it. I appreciate that about him because I've covered a lot of players who aren't, man. A lot of players who were not above that kind of stuff and petty and hated you. Number 7. God, that guy hated the press. Anything they said. So, Jimmy, I always appreciate that about you, but still, man, I'm not going to go easy on you. Anyway, also, George Kittle acknowledged that he knows that I think Ross Dwelley's better than him. I'm sorry, Ross Dwelley's really good. I think George Kittle's the second best tight end in the league. Just Ross is good, and he's looking a little bit yoked.